My name is Laura Wells, and I'm running for governor of California. And the reason that I'm running for governor of California is that there actually are solutions. And we in the Green Party, we actually at the U.S. Social Forum are building, in the process of building a people's movement to counteract the corporate movement and that has been wresting control from the people. And what we want to do is take our country back as a people's movement. Now in California, we've got issues. So one of the things that we've got is a wealthy state that has terrific resources, both natural resources and people resources. And we've had great schools, a great environment, great health care. We've had great job opportunities. And now we're begging Wall Street for good credit ratings, and they're turning us down. And we are in the same state as the same status, same situation as a lot of other states. So the issues that I'm bringing up are specific to California, although we sort of started it in 1978, what they called the tax revolt. It is revolting, that's for sure. And what has happened is that the corporations and the mega-rich have won behind the passage of Prop 13. And the Green Party is running as a Green Party candidate is the opportunity for people to learn what Prop 13 really was. And so I'm bringing it out and talking about it straight, talking about fair taxes for a change, talking about tax, the T word, and how what's been happening is we've been paying taxes. We're not talking about increasing taxes on regular folks. We're talking about getting back the taxes that have been lost from the mega corporations and the people. And once you explain it to people, when you get a chance to explain it to people, they get it. They've been given a lot of misinformation for at least 30 years. Another solution that exists on this way toward taking back our economy and our country is a state bank. I don't know, maybe some of you have heard that there is a state with a state bank, and it's North Dakota. And it was in 1919 when the farmers got tired of the out-of-state bank coming in and profiting off the work that all of the people in the state were doing. The farmers, literally, the sweat of their brow, and then they found themselves in debt. So here we are in a wealthy state of California, and we're finding ourselves in debt. So with a state bank, it partners with local banks and with the credit unions and invests in the state of California rather than in Wall Street. People say, well, North Dakota, that's a pretty small state. Yeah, well, California is the 8th largest economy in the world. So countries bigger and smaller than California have had state banks. And so it's taking control of our money supply, bringing things local, bringing things under our control, the people's control. We could invest in our universities and our student loans rather than them getting out, graduating from college with $60,000 or whatever in debt. Imagine if the state were actually doing that, and the interest rates would be way low because we would be encouraging them rather than gouging them. But there's some reason for hope in California, although many of you know that Prop 14, which is the party killer, did pass. There were two propositions that looked as if they would pass, and they didn't, because people understood that they were paid for by the corporations. One was paid for, and it was obvious, it was paid for by PG&E, which is Pacific Gas and Electric. And another one was paid for by an auto insurance company. They had terrific ads. Life would be beautiful, according to these ads. They had 45-to-1 funding, 45 times the funding on the pro, and yet they lost. Prop 14 was not obvious to people that it was corporate funded, or else it would have lost as well. So that's one of the things that we've got our work cut out for us to let people know that the basic fight we've got going on here is that there's corporate, there's been a corporate movement to take over our government, state, local, and national. And there's a people's movement. That's the thing that can counteract that. That's the thing that can bring it back. That's what the thing that the U.S. Social Forum is about, and that's what our Green Party is about, and that's what our candidacies are about. So there is some hope. Went last night to the South of the border, the film on Latin America. Latin America has had a huge sea change. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they wouldn't have expected that it would have happened. Anytime I get discouraged about the issues that California is facing, I think about Latin America. Everything that everybody did for 40 years in that whole region built toward what they've got now, which is better education, better health care, more participation in the government. So there's reason to keep going.